It's hard to believe there's only 3 weeks left of Peacemaker. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be giving you my spoiler review / breakdown of Peacemaker episode 5. If you guys haven't seen the episode, make sure to go watch it, but leave a like and then come back and hear my thoughts. I really enjoyed this episode. I think it's a minor step down from the last week, episode 4, which I think is the best episode of the show by far. But this episode gives us the most bonkers action scene I think I've ever seen in like a superhero project. There's the scene where the team goes and raids this factory to see if they're all butterflies, and out of nowhere, Peacemaker activates his X-ray vision on his helmet and just sees the butterflies in everyone's head and starts blowing people away. And it was comical as hell because it was so unexpected, and Adebayo was with him and she was like, well, you could have gave me a heads up. And then of course they move in to the main room of the factory and they find out there is a gorilla who has become one of these butterflies in the back. And we get this action scene with the butterflies and everyone, and it is absolutely bonkers. It culminates with Economos running in from the van when he thinks everyone died, killing the gorilla with a chainsaw. That is how wild the show is. I know James Gunn has talked about how this is one of his favorite projects, and you can definitely see he put his heart and soul into this, did not hold back at all. This episode does a great job of building that team chemistry. You know, it's a ragtag group that shouldn't really work on paper, but they're finally starting to bond. You know, Hardcourt forms a group message and takes a picture of them. They're starting to bond over like music and just having a fun time hanging out. So I really like where they're headed with that, but everything good must come to an end, and I think that this team is going to collapse eventually because, you know, Mern is obviously a butterfly, so he's really kind of the outsider now. So it's going to be interesting to see where the team dynamic heads. I will say this is the first episode where the humor missed more than it hit for me. I've been laughing pretty hard so far, but there was a lot of just fart jokes in this episode and a lot of genitalia jokes. You know, he's really big on that in Peacemaker, and to a certain point, I'm kind of over it. Like, it just gets a little bit irritating for me, so maybe he could switch up the humor a little bit moving forward. It's still overall a funny show, but sometimes it's starting to wear on me with these comedic scenes being super dragged out, a la Guardians 2 with Drax. It feels very similar to that, so that doesn't take me out of the episode. I still really dig it. It's just kind of tone it back on the humor a little bit because it can get overkill at times. And I really have to give credit to this show for making Peacemaker such a likable character because he's starting to open up more about his emotions. At the end of this, we see him with Adebayo, and he's talking about how he's never really had this camaraderie, this friendship, someone to really open up to about his emotions. And that's true because his dad's an asshole who raised him really strict and not really able to talk about emotion. So it's nice to see Peacemaker's character come so far from the Suicide Squad movie that came out last year. But I'll tell you right now, with 3 episodes left, the stakes are the highest they've ever been. Is at the very end, Adebayo goes back to the office or whatever, and Mern is there, and she puts on the X-ray vision helmet and sees the butterfly in Mern's head, and he charges at her in the rain and looks like he's about to strike her down, or maybe insert a butterfly into her at the end of the episode. So who knows where that's headed. I think some of the team is going to become butterflies. They might have to die, or we're going to see the team just collapse as we head into the final 3 episodes. But whenever things feel like they're smooth sailing, going pretty good, there's always that quick turnaround, and that's what we're going to see in the next episode, I think. The role of the agents as well, I don't know their names, but the characters who are investigating August Smith, aka Peacemaker's dad, these characters are going to have a massive role as we move into the final 3 episodes, I think, and it's all coming together. Like, this is a show that knows exactly what it wants to be from start to finish. Gunn clearly has this vision, and each week he adds more and more to it. I dug this episode. It gave us really great action that was comedic as hell at times. Peacemaker is a character that continues to grow on me and is becoming one of my favorite DC characters, and the stakes are just getting higher and higher leading up to this ultimate showdown that I think we're going to have where Mern and maybe Waller get involved. I think Waller could be a butterfly. The whole team could become butterflies. I saw this really crazy theory online where the intro to the show is everyone is a butterfly. So who really knows? They also foreshadowed that Agee could be a butterfly. As they say, any animal or any living species could be inhabited by a butterfly. So the absurdity of this show continues to grow, and I'm loving it each and every week. It's something fun and quick to look forward to. It's a quick hitter every week. I'm really digging Peacemaker, and this was another solid episode. Not my favorite of the bunch, but enjoyable. But that's gonna do it for my quick spoiler review / thoughts on Peacemaker episode 5. Definitely let me know yours in the comments down below. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future Peacemaker reviews, DC, Marvel, movie reviews, all that good stuff. But stay tuned for Peacemaker coverage coming next week, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.